Hello, and welcome to another Cuz Bad Guys Tactical Breakdown. In this breakdown, we are going to go over Arsenal, otherwise known as Roy Harper Jr. He also has a nickname of Speedy. So, this is another character that is for the good guys. He is a sidekick for Green Arrow. Totally awesome in some of the comic books. He's in a lot of the Green Arrow comic books, and he's in the Teen Titans. He is also in one of my favorite New 52 storylines, which is Red Hood and the Outlaws. It's Red Hood, so Jason Todd, along with Arsenal and Starfire. It's such a good team, and you can actually play that team out of the Teen Titan crew list that's in the Flash and Green Arrow expansion. Awesome stuff. This is a great character. If you need some shooty stuff, that's what this guy is all about. Let's go ahead and get right on into his character card. So his character card, he is Roy Harper Jr., also known as Arsenal. He is a sidekick for the Green Arrow crew, so can only be taken in there, but he also has a team affiliate Teen Titans and is in the Flash and Green Arrow book, so can be taken with that team, which is almost exclusively how I've played this character because, as I've said, I really love the Red Hood and Outlaws comic book series, so I've made a team for that. That's the whole reason why I own this character. So let's go ahead and get right on into his weapons, which are going to be bows. Just like the Green Arrow, he's got a bow with a standard arrow. This is double blood with rate of fire 1 with 2 ammo. It's mechanic, so damages on a 3+ and ignores the bulletproof vest. And it has aim, so it means he can't move or shoot this, but he does have a special ability to be able to counteract aim. So really, really good. He's able to run around and shoot this stuff. You've just got to pay the tokens for it. His second bow shot is going to be the explosive arrow, which is an awesome shooting ability. It is a blood and a stun, rate of fire 1, 1 ammo, so he does only have one shot with this. It's a firearm, so damages on a 2+, but can be lessened by bulletproof vests because it is a firearm. It also has aim, so he can't move and shoot this, but he does have an ability to negate that as long as you pay the cost. And it's explosive, so you get to put down the explosive template and catch multiple people in this shot. It's really, really effective, especially at range. If you can get somebody under light and hit them with this and catch multiple people, this is a very good shot. Let's go ahead and get right on into his stats. So he is willpower 6. So like most sidekicks, most regular free agents, they have willpower 6, which is enough counters to be able to do quite a bit of things, but not all the stuff. So you've got to have a plan with this character with what you're going to do during the turn. Moving, shooting, defending, all of those things, you've got to take those into account. Willpower 6, good, but not enough to be able to do whatever you want. He is then strength 4+, which is not normal for shooter free agents or sidekicks, so pretty awesome that he's strength 4+. And he actually has an ability that runs off of this, which is really, really good. I like that he's strength 4+. He has a lot of utility, this character. He is then movement 3, attack 3, defense 4, and endurance 7. So movement 3, really good, kind of standard for free agents and sidekicks, but he is an acrobat, so movement 3 is going to be a lot for this guy. He is attack 3, which he's a shooter, not really a brawler, which attack 3 is decent, but not super. So attack 3, probably his weakest point with his stats. He is then defense 4, which is awesome. Defense 4, like I always say, it's what I look for when I'm looking at taking sidekicks or free agents. Defense 4, really good. Because every counter in the Batman universe totally matters, and getting hit on 4s, 5s, and 6s is really good. Good defense on this guy. And then he is Endurance 7, which is one above standard for sidekicks and free agents. I really, really like Endurance 7. Really good he is a great bang for your buck. Like, awesome Endurance 7. Let's go ahead and get on into his personal traits. So his first personal trait is Rapid Fire, which Rapid Fire on a bow is so awesome because you just have to spend a special, and as long as you shot, you get to up your rate of fire by 1. So both the bow and the explosive arrow can go from rate of fire 1 to rate of fire 2, which is what you're going to want to do every time you shoot this guy. Making the explosive arrow go to rate of fire 2 can be devastating because you can shoot 2 different characters that are next to each other and catch even more guys in the explosion and put more damage out. It's really, really good. His next personal trait is going to be Undercover. So Undercover is, instead of deploying normally at the beginning of the game in normal setup, you set up after objectives have been placed, and you can be put up to 20 centimeters outside of a deployment zone. So that's pretty awesome. You get to see where your opponent is, where your opponent's objectives are, all of that stuff before you put this guy down. And matching up that explosive arrow with where your opponents, especially against a swarm list, because they all would need to deploy next to each other to get Inspire bubbles off and stuff like that. With Undercover, you can put this guy up to shoot that bunched up henchman group at the beginning of the game. It's really, really good. His next personal trait is going to be Charge. So Charge is usually only reserved for large characters, and I think this is actually the only regular sized character that has Charge. It's awesome. I love Charge so much. I almost exclusively run like guys like Killer Croc or Bane in lists just to have Charge so I can push people off of objectives, and having Charge on just a regular sized guy is great. So Charge is you spend a move and a special, and you get to move your base movement, which for this guy is going to be 12 centimeters because he's an acrobat, and any character that you push through gets moved, and you get a free attack against them at strength 4 plus because this guy is strength 4. Really good. I love using Charge, knocking people off of objectives. It's just really effective. His next trait is going to be Acrobat, which I talked about just a second ago with talking about Charge and also his movement. So Acrobat, this is a fan favorite. Everybody loves running Acrobats because you get the bonus to movement. You can ignore terrain and intervening models. Your jump distance is improved. They get to base move 12 centimeters. You run 24 centimeters. You also get dodge. So you're dodging bullets on agility tests, which is going to be rolling equal to or under your movement. So for this guy is movement 3, so 50% of the time he can dodge bullets, which is pretty good. Love Acrobat. Everybody loves Acrobat. That's what they look for. So his next personal trait is going to be Good Aim. Good Aim is going to be the ability that makes it so he can move and shoot his bow. This, like, without that ability, this character would be so hard to use. Because Good Aim is spending just one special, as if you move, you get to still shoot your bow. Really, really good. And with this guy having 6 willpower, it means that he can run, so a move and a special. He can put a special down for rapid fire and a special for Good Aim and still have 2 counters to put into attack to be able to shoot. So this guy has a 24 centimeter threat range of being able to move and rapid fire his bow. So this guy's threat range with his bow is huge. Running, it's still in a straight line, so you've got to run that straight line, but it's a huge distance to cover to shoot somebody. It's really, really good, and he's just really good at it. So let's go ahead and cover his reputation cost and funding. So reputation cost, he is 74 reputation. 74, it's on par with people like Harlequin and Katana. Just for characters off the top of my head, he's he is totally up there. He works on par with those characters. I would actually say he's a little bit better than characters like Katana because of close combat. This guy's all about shooting. He shoots people and takes them down. Essentially all blood except for the explosive arrow, which is a blood and a stun. When this guy shoots people, they go down, they stay down just because of the amount of blood damage this guy pumps out. Really, really effective. And then for his funding costs, he's only $200. So 200 is ridiculous for the amount of damage that you get out of his ranged attacks. His ranged attacks are on par with some of the higher end shooters. He's no assault rifle, so I totally get that he's not $600, but I would think that this guy should be $350 or $400, and $200 is a total steal for this guy. He is going to make it, like, taking this character is going to make it so you can take equipment in your good guy crew, in your Green Arrow crew, or the Teen Titans crew. Great stuff. So let's talk about strengths and weaknesses. So his strength, I've already touched on it quite a bit, is that he has the ability to put out a ton of blood damage. When he shoots people, they stay down. You get points from that. Really, really good. His other strength is going to be charge, which I love doing, and knocking people off of objectives when they don't expect it to happen. It is just awesome. And being able to charge with this guy, with him being an acrobat and having those 2 extra centimeters, totally worth it. Really, really good. And he's strength 4+. It would be a little better if he was a higher strength, but if he was a higher strength, it would be ridiculous. His weaknesses. So it's kind of hard to see a weakness right off of the bat without attacking his stat line, saying that his movement's too low or his attack is too low, but he's only 74 reputation, so you can't really say that those are weaknesses because you're not paying a lot for this guy. His weaknesses is that he only has 3 ammo. He runs out of bullets, and you want him to have more bullets, just because the arrows are so good with rapid fire. And the way to get around this is everybody always takes an ammo objective in the Batman game because it gives you 3 victory points. Obviously, anybody's going to be taking ammo. You just make sure to get him to your ammo objective or get him onto your opponent's ammo objective. And you can either pincushion people from your deployment zone and just attack the waves of henchmen that are going to be coming your way to capture objectives and just do that. Or since he's an acrobat, he can cover the table pretty quickly and run over to your objective and start getting you points instead of denying points. So it totally depends on if you want to be aggressive with this character or defensive with this character. He does both very well. His undercover puts him into an area that you want him to be. Very, very good character to have. Like, I love playing him. I love playing him in a Teen Titans crew with Red Hood and with Starfire. It's a total blast. Just because I love the comics so much. Such a ton of fun. So let's go ahead and get on to my paint job for this character. So here's my paint job for this character. I went with totally just the standard red suit, which he wears in all of the New 52 stuff. The Night Models paint job for this character is awesome, but it's got the yellow on there, and I wanted to stay truer to the most recent comics. And in the most recent comics, he's got nothing but red on him. Love the trucker's cap that he's got. It's so great. He's such a good character because he's very relatable. Like, he's not happy-go-lucky all the time. And then him and Jason Todd, they're best friends in New 52 stuff, and just the banter between the two, it's so great. You guys should really get up on those comics and read those. They are great stuff. So how do you guys play this character in a Green Arrow crew? My buddy plays Green Arrow all the time. I see how he does it. And remember, 'cause bad guys.